Greetings, peace, love, and light. This is Godis Nanu, and I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys, for all the stay-at-home moms out there. Just to let you all know that you do not have to wait to homeschool your babies. I recommend starting as soon as possible. Marcel's going to be turning 1 year old this February, and we have officially started lesson planning. So I'm making these videos because a lot of moms don't really know how to lesson plan for the younger babies. There's not that many guidelines for us, and you know, children are smart. They're going to learn whatever you're teaching them. So the earlier you start, the better. The smarter they're going to be, etc. This month we're learning about winter, cold, the color white. Every week we're going to be doing a new letter. So this week I decided to start this January with his letters. We've already been doing like letters, but officially starting this week with the letter A. So he has a little dry erase board on the refrigerator that we write the letter A on. I have to write it on there every day because he erases it by the end of the day anyway, playing with it, which is good because that means he's interacting with it. We also are going to do an art project every week, just one art project a week. We spread it out, of course. You know, he's a baby, so art is a little more difficult for the younger ones when we start talking about art, because they're learning how to coordinate, and you know, you give them something, they want to put it in their mouths and all of that good stuff. But art is possible. It's still possible. This week we are doing, well, I let him try some scribbling too, because scribbling is good for their fine motor skills, develop those fine motor skills, and of course learning to write. So you want to start that. You can go ahead and start that as well. Just, you know, you have to monitor. You know, he knows. He puts it in his mouth. I'm taking it away. But this week, officially, our project is we're making mittens, paper mittens. And what we're doing is we're using the color white this month. Is the color for the month. Yes, I have a color for the whole month. But we're doing white this month. To represent cold and snow and all of that. So what we're doing is using white paint, and he makes his, well, I make his handprint, so he gets to rub his hand around in the paint on the plate. You know, what we're using washable paint. You can also make homemade paint as well, but we're using washable paint. You know, I don't have time for all that. As long as it washes off, I'm good. So he rubs his hand in the paint. You know, we make handprints with both hands. We're using black construction paper. So we're also talking about the color black, but next month is officially going to be color black. And after we're letting that dry, so that's what we did today for the start of our art project. We're going to let that dry. Tomorrow we're probably going to trace it, let him practice his scribbling, color on it a little bit, put some stickers on it or something. Then we'll cut it out, and then I'm just gonna staple it. So you put a paper under it, you know, cut it out. So you have two mittens. Staple them together, and I'm gonna put it in his sensory basket. See that right there is his sensory basket, which I highly recommend having a sensory basket. He got a couple extra things in here to distract him if I'm doing something. So we got a couple distractionary things. Believe it or not, my son loves to read. So a book is great for him. He gets really quiet. You give him a book, he will sit down and literally flip the pages and read it. That's because we've been reading since he was a newborn. So never too early to start reading with your children. Letting them hold the books, getting the books, and that kind of thing. So this, we're doing cotton balls, color white, snow, cold. Right now we're doing cotton balls. I'm adding a cotton ball every day, and we're counting them. Of course, we start at Monday. I usually start things on a Monday. That works for me. So we only have 2 in here right now. I also had cotton pads, which he has ripped apart, which is a good thing because that's what they're in here for him to experiment in a sensory activity for him. I also have some gloves in here, a winter scarf, a winter hat, just some things for him to play around with to, if he engages with it, to do some dramatic play, once, at some point, if he's playing with something, what I do is kind of a Montessori kind of feel. So I have the things out for him, like the letter on the refrigerator. When he bothers it, I'll go and, I'll say, this is A, and we'll discuss the sound of A. We'll go over some A words. We'll trace the letter A, but it's when he goes and plays with it. So it's child initiated. And that's how I like to do things. Of course, we have a couple activities like the art, where I'll initiate, okay, it's art time or whatever. But usually I let him grab something and then I'll educate based on what he's playing with, and then let him continue to play with it. After I put in my 2 cents, I let him continue to play with it or whatever, and we're good. What else we have going on? Of course, it's our goal to read a book every day. We're going to go to the library tomorrow to get some books on winter and cold, since I haven't bought any yet. I do have a book list on Amazon as far as the books I want to get for him for this year. If you want me to share that, let me know, and I will share it with you guys. Or I'll put it in the link in the description of the video for you. I'll just go ahead and do that. His birthday is February 11th, so I'm excited about it. But anyway, also, when we wake up in the morning, I have a window right beside the bed. A part of his education, what we do is I sing good morning song to him. We go over, the month and what day it is, and we look out the window. We talk about the weather. Soon I'm going to order him like a little calendar where we could do the weather and the month and all of that, and add that to the refrigerator too. Or something like that. What else? So we do that every morning, and we go over our number for today. We start with 1 on Monday. I have been just doing 1 through 7 for the 7 days in the week, but I'm going to start going up to 10 and starting over. I think that's what we're going to do for right now, until, I feel like he's ready for something different. So we're just going to be counting to 10 3 times a month, I guess, since there's 30 days in a month. And I'm going to do that with his cotton balls or whatever I'm putting in his sensory basket. I'm going to do that with his blocks. He has another play area in the back room where we have blocks. We have his stacking rings, that kind of thing. So I make sure he only has that number of blocks that day, and we're just counting. And, it has the number on the block. So I'm just like, oh, this is block 1, 1, or block 2. We go 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, or whatever. We do that in the mornings. And, yeah, about that. For that age group, it's mostly about exploring, touching things, feeling things. Of course, language. They're learning language. We do sign language, which he does more sign language than he does talking now. But just simple things like this is more when he wants food, because I get tired of him screaming at me, what I'm saying? That's rude. So I'm teaching him that that's rude. Don't scream at me. You want more? Say more. If you're all done, say all done. You want me to pick you up? Say up, or whatever. Don't scream at me. And they're at that age, all that crying and screaming. I mean, you can start teaching them that that's not the way you communicate. Because it's not the way you communicate. And as long as you coddle that, they'll continue communicating like that. But yeah, I'm nipping that in the bud right now, because I don't like to be screamed at. I don't like to be yelled at, or cried at all the time, especially when it's unnecessary. You can talk to me about what you want. So using words, we're focusing on that. Doesn't matter whether it's verbal or sign language, as long as, you're communicating and not screaming, you know. Um, Also, music. I think music is important to incorporate every day. Right now, I don't like him watching too many videos or too much TV. So what I've decided to do, I found these really cool letter songs. So since we're working on A this week, I'll let him listen to the letter A song maybe once or twice a day. It's only like a 2-3 minute video. It's like, hey, yeah, it's really cool. But anyway, so we're going to do that, the letter videos. And then on Wednesday, because Wednesday, we're counting the number 3. Whenever we do the number 3, I like to do his number videos that day. And then whenever we do number 5, we do number videos. Wednesday, we also do his alternative language videos. Like we'll do some Mandarin, and we'll do some Spanish, and we'll watch Tinga Tinga in Swahili, that kind of thing. I like to do that on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, it's like language day for us. And then the weekends, we kind of like, I just chill, I go with the flow, I'm always teaching, so it just comes naturally sometimes. But weekends are chill days. We just watch, I'll let him like watch Tinga Tinga Tales or something like that, just to relax, be lazy minded, I guess, on the weekends. Just to have fun with me and his dad, and all that good stuff. So I think that's about everything. I just wanted to share. Because I know everyone isn't aware of things you can do for the younger age group. And I was looking for his little lesson plan I have. But anyway, I do like, so you want to make sure you incorporate math, you incorporate language and music and science, which is sensory stuff right now, weather, that kind of thing. And it's not too early for that, guys. Also, motor skills are very important right now. So you just want to make sure they're having time to develop their motor skills right now. He's walking. He's doing a really great job. He just gets up and walks around now, which I'm so happy about. Whatever they're working on, you want to make sure you're encouraging that throughout the day, not just not encouraging and just expecting it to happen. I see parents do that and their children are like almost 2 years old and they're not walking yet, and it's because you're not encouraging them to walk. Hold their hand, walk them around, stop picking them up, because that's the behavior you're encouraging. You want to encourage them to walk. Then you put them down, you hold their hand and say, come on, walk with me. Wherever you're going, we're going to the kitchen. Walk with me or whatever. Hold their hand or, get somebody else with you. You clap for them, encourage them, Yay! I'm glad you did that. That's so wonderful. That's so great. Especially the first time they do something. You want to make sure you encourage the behavior that you want. Not encouraging the bad behavior. I try not to do that. Sometimes he screams or whatever, and it's hard for me not to go and pick him up, and give him a kiss because he's so cute. But you have to think your kisses are encouraging whatever behavior just occurred. So have to hold back my kisses sometimes, and so that I'm not encouraging that behavior. And what else can I share with you guys? And like I said before in one of my other videos, I think it's very important when you take advice from people to qualify that advice. So I just want you all to know what place I'm coming from. I do have my BA degree in early childhood education. I was like 3 courses away from getting my master's degree, but that was in business. But nevertheless, I am educated on the topic. I've done extensive research on the topic of childcare, and I have 8+ years experience, teaching, tutoring, preschool, elementary school, So I'm coming from a place of knowledge and daily implementation before I had a child of my own. So I'm taking a lot of that and applying it in my own way with my son. So and I'm grateful for that experience in my life, even though I'm not using it in a typical way. So, that being said, if anybody has any questions for me in regards to curriculum, early childhood curriculum, or anything, want me to look over what you're doing and give you any advice or critique or anything, if you're having your child struggling, you're struggling teaching them one thing or whatever, because kids have moments where they may be getting something, but they're not demonstrating it. So I want to encourage all those teaching their children at home. I want to encourage you to be consistent and encouraging. Hey, it's okay. Come here. Marcel, you okay? Your teeth hurt? Come here. Come here. Come here. You laughing now, huh? I know your teeth hurt. I can tell by what you're doing. That's why he's crying. His teeth hurt. He's trying to massage his gums. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. He walked over here. So proud of him. He's doing a lot of walking. Look at my baby. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. All right. So what was I saying? I was telling you guys, be consistent. That's the most important thing. Because I thought he wasn't picking up the sign language. I was getting very frustrated because he screams at me during mealtime. And he's done that since he was forever. As soon as I start feeding him food, in between you giving him one bite, he's screaming for the next bite. It's like not cool. Especially when you're in a public place, it's just not cool. It's rude, It is. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's rude. It's a rude thing to do. Communicate politely. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Okay, you want to get down now? You don't want nobody to see you? You're a wonderful child. But anyway, I knew he was picking it up, but he just wasn't demonstrating it, and I was getting frustrated. But I just continued to be consistent with him, and just up in one day, I'm giving him food, and all of a sudden it's not exactly like this, but he's like, I want more. I'm like, yay, my baby said more. And sometimes he'll go like this, and that means all done, and sometimes I keep feeding him, but I do understand that he's saying he's all done, which is wonderful. Like I said, he's full. He doesn't want to eat because his teeth hurts. But anyway, so that's all I got for right now. And I'm going to be making these videos for you guys, and I'll put them in the folder as far as homeschooling for, the younger ones. I think for the easy ones, the older ones, it's easier because you could just go online and say, you could just look up curriculums or whatever. It's not that simple for the young ones, especially if you want them to have a quality education. Okay, he's tired and hungry, so I'm gonna go, and thank you for watching, and hopefully it will be useful. All right, peace, love, and light.